Today we're going to talk about standard form. What is standard form? Standard form is another formula for a line. So far we've talked about two other formulas, slope-intercept form and point slope. So this is going to be the last form, standard form. Standard form is helpful. It does not contain slope within the formula, but it does allow us to graph with intercepts. So with this form, there we go, we can graph with intercepts, which can be just as helpful. All right, so standard form looks like this. It looks like ax plus by, and it equals c. So some things about a, b, and c. None of these are m, so they're not your slope. But a is a whole number. And this one has to be positive. B is also a whole number. And then C is also a whole number. So there's no fractions involved, which is nice. We don't touch X and Y again. Don't touch. Okay, let me show you why standard form is beneficial to us. So standard form is beneficial because we can find our X and Y intercepts. In order to find the X intercept, we are going to plug in 0 for Y. So if we had AX plus BY is equal to C, we are going to get rid of this B and we are going to plug in 0. When that happens, that cancels out that term, and then we're left with AX is equal to C, and then we can divide to solve. We would do the same thing for the y-intercept, but for the y-intercept, we plug in 0 for x. So if you're in standard form, AX plus BY is equal to C, we're going to get rid of that x because we're going to replace it with 0. We're going to plug it in, and that whole term cancels, and we're left with by is equal to c, and then we can divide to solve for y. So let me show you an example of how this would work. Let's say that we have 3x minus 5y is equal to 30. So we talked when we did y equals mx plus b that we could minus the 3x term and then divide by negative 5 and put it in y equals mx plus b. And that's still valid. Or we can use our intercepts. So to use intercepts, we let y equal 0. So we're going to have 3x. This whole term is going to cancel out, is equal to 30. And then we're going to divide by 3. And we get x is equal to 10. So we have a point at 10, 0. Secondly, we'll let x equal 0. So we have this term canceling out. And when we do that, we have negative 5y is equal to 30. So we get y is equal to negative 6. So we have a second point of 0, negative 6. So this 0 here is coming from the fact that we let x be 0. The negative 6 we solved for. On the first point, the 0 for y, we let y equal 0, and then we have 10 because we solved for 10. We can then take both of those points and bring them over to our graph. So the first point is 10, 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll plot our first point. The second point is at 0, negative 6. 1, 2, 3, 6. So we have a point down. Oops. So we have a point down here. Oh, get my pen going here. Okay. And then we can connect our points, and we have the equation of our line. So that's another way that we can graph. Instead of putting the equation into y equals mx plus b, we can just do a simple calculation to find 2 points on the line and then connect those 2 points. We plug in 0 because when we plug in 0, it cancels out one of the terms. So that's standard form and how to graph in standard form.